Hello everyone and welcome to KDH art class. Okay, so I've already done a basic video on vegetable printmaking or fruit printmaking, whatever you want to use around the house. And I showed you how you could take just your plasticware, plastic knives to cut out different shapes from potatoes and carrots, and you could even, cut up some vegetables. I have these peppers that were in my yard, and I went ahead and this one started to get a little dried up, but look how awesome it made these little points and stuff. So it's going to make a gorgeous little print. Alright, and there's the bottom half of it. That'll be a neat little flowery shape. Okay, so you're just looking at, what's going to end up on your paper. You could also use toilet paper rolls, milk or water jug caps of markers. You got the top and the bottom. You usually get lots of circle stuff there. You might even be able to get a neat little donut shape from this one, or maybe just the top. Okay. So you start looking at these found objects for printmaking. Printmaking means you're going to do the same thing again and again and again. What's awesome about printmaking is that each one is going to be a little different. That is what's so awesome about printmaking. And I have so many students and children that sit there, it's like, it didn't come out perfect, it left this little blotch here, or it smeared right there. And I'm like, that's part of the wonderfulness of printmaking. I have decided that I am going to make cards for all the residents in an assisted living place that's near my house. And I called them up and I talked to them, and they have about 75 residents there. And I even asked, how many staff members, and they said 50. So we were in that time of the COVID-19 pandemic, coronavirus. We're not at the stay-at-home anymore. We're in the different phases of opening up. However, the nursing homes, the assisted living places, they are the highest at risk of not surviving the COVID virus if they get it. So they are still locked in their rooms. In this particular case, just this last week, they started to let them actually eat lunch with small groups of them, or allowed them to get out of their rooms. And they say they're dealing with a lot of depression. So I wanted to take this opportunity to use my skills as an artist and an art teacher and create some personal cards for them. I'm probably going to type out a generic letter, cut it out with my cutesy little fancy scissors that do the funny little cuts, either zigzag or wavy cuts, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to do, and glue that on there. And hopefully the cards will brighten their day. I know my mother-in-law is in an assisted living place. Actually, she's at this one I'm talking about. And an elementary school, as one of their at-home art projects, the students all wrote letters, or maybe it wasn't their art project, maybe it was their language arts projects. They wrote letters to the residents. And my mother-in-law still has that card, and she said it just makes her feel good. And it was just a very simple, hey, I know, you're feeling alone at this time. I just want to let you know that you are loved and you are not forgotten. Hang in there. Those type of things on there. And like I said, it just brightened her day. So I'm determined to do 75 cards so that every resident there gets something during this time that we family members are not allowed to go in and visit right now. Nobody is. It's all about protecting them, and it's very depressing. So I have some crazy little leftover paints colors. It looks like I have some yellows, light blue, dark green, kind of a turquoise. I have a nice rich like eggplant purple, an orange, and a peach. So I think I have enough variety that I can do some prints on them. I'm going to show you how to kind of like mix them up a little bit to make your prints more interesting. And I'll have lots of opportunities to show you different ways of doing it. So I took a toilet paper roll and I just literally just kind of like pinched at it until I got a heart shape that I'm going to be able to print with. I've already showed you. Here's a potato that I cut in a heart shape, so this will be a solid heart. This will just be the outline of a heart. If you're going to do words, make sure you do them backwards. That's tricky. And some students actually just love the challenge of it, and others just got frustrated, and I said that's okay. You know, you could do I heart you, and it doesn't matter if it's forwards or backwards, as long as you do like a capital I and just that upside down rainbow shape for the U, and don't add the little part sticking out. And it won't matter forwards or backwards type thing. I also, like I said, I made a leaf, made a tulip shape, and these are all going to be, it's like little flower bouquets, and this is You Are Loved, and my paints. And I opened up a package of colored construction paper, inexpensive. I do have a few extra items around here that I might use. So I'm going to use these paper plates as my palettes. The palettes that I am going to put the paints on. Okay. And this is actually going to be the outside of, let's see if I can get all this to fit in here. This is going to be the outside of the card, and then once it dries, then I'll fold them, and then when you open it up, there'll be the printed out little thing. And that's the plan. Like I said, I've got 125 that my goal is to do. So let's move my items to the side. Cover up my little logo there. And I tell my students I always like to start with the lightest colors. You can always come back to the light ones. I am using acrylic paints. You can use the tempera paints, the finger paints, you know, some of those homemade paints, but anything that you want. The acrylics will be better because they're more opaque, and you'll be able to see all the different colors. And since I'm using every single color out of this package, I think the acrylics will work best. Now, like I said, sorry, should have shaken these up beforehand. I'm just adding. Some of the starter colors in there. Like I said, I like starting with the lightest. That yellow's about out, so maybe this one has some in there. And these are just my leftover paints. Honestly, I have no idea how many years old they are. They can even be up to like 15 years old. Alright, we'll get one more going here, and this will be like my base colors, and then I can add the darker ones. And I can always add more. Alright, I have my paper. Again, this is going to be a card that opens and closes. This is going to be the outside of it. So I want it to be horizontal if I'm concerned about the direction of the stuff. But I'm just going to go all out, kind of crazy with my designs. And so you just kind of dip it in. Now this cardboard tube is a great one to start with. You really don't have to do anything special. You dip it into the paint and make sure you're just going up and down. And like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but that's part of what's, you know, awesome and fun about it. I'm not even going to worry about trying to clean it off. I'm just going to go ahead and add some more of these. I'm thinking this baby blue would be fun. Whoop, sure, get it on all the little corners. It's alright if they kind of mix a little bit on top of each other a little bit. Just kind of filling in my paper, and this is just kind of be kind of like the little background. Okay. A couple more that are doubled up since I have a few more doubled there. Alright, I'm thinking this is looking pretty good. Okey-doke. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to put that out of the way. So let's see what some of these others are going to look like. Since I have the heart theme going on, this is You Are Loved. And my potato is starting to curve, so hopefully this is going to work. Let's see. I'm going to get a different plate. And I'm thinking purple. And because this potato is a little bit longer, I'm going to need a longer color area. And make sure I have it right side, going in the direction that I want it to be. Going in. Alright, Mr. Potato is going to want to be more messy. Okay, so I'm starting to get it on there. So I'm just going to gently kind of smush it down. Ooh, it looks like I'm going to have to really push in the middle to get it to work. Alright. And right on top, I said I'm going to have to push in the middle. I saw that on my plate. It didn't want to do the whole thing. And You Are Loved. And my O is missing a little bit. Not the end of the world. Get a little more paint on there. Almost got that O filled in. There we go. Blot it. That means just touch it to an area where you get some of it off. And again, pushing it all down. Yeah, that one's a little bit better. I got my O done. And still going with the whole heart thing, I'm going to go ahead and do a little mix. So here I have my little heart, and I'm thinking some of the white, And I'm going to touch it onto the purple. Give it a little bit of zhuzh, that little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. My students like those crazy words. And you see how it kind of like marbleized on there. So that's just kind of a fun thing to do. Where do I want my little marble heart? Right there. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. And I bet I even have enough to do a second print, also known as a ghost print. Starting to run low. This is where they kind of mix, so I'm just going to kind of down and up since it's already mixed a little bit. And you can create these fun marbled looking prints. And that was just 2 colors. I would be careful how many colors you do. I do have those students that love putting every single color on there. Guys, you don't have to do everything on your artwork that you can do. It's okay if you just focus on 1 or 2 things. So this one I'm happy with as my little cover. I'm still going to go in probably with the markers and stuff just to kind of add a little bit more detail, but I stuck with the heart theme, and you are loved. Oh, please don't let the dogs walk in here right now. I'm putting that on the floor. All right, let's make a little bouquet one. So this one I'll come back with like markers to do the stems of the flowers. My flowers are going to be my peppers. And like I said, I have a leaf that I cut out. And I have my little tulip. And I think these look like flowers. So we'll have like a neat little bouquet of this. So, because of the leaf thing, let's go ahead and get some green going. Since yellow and blue make green, it's logical to just kind of put that green next to the yellow and blue, because if I mix those together, I know they're going to look good, because you have to mix them to make them. Turquoise has that green look about it, so I'm going to also put it next to these. No, you do not have to do this, but again, this is kind of like, here's some of my little ways of doing it. You are more than welcome to do it as well. Alright, so we're going along, and let's start with some leaves. Where'd my little veins go? There it is. And I'm going to just kind of start with the yellow a little bit, and maybe touch the green a little bit, and the teal, just kind of dipping it in, and then of course giving a little zhuzh, almost. I'm going to flip it this way so that the yellow part goes here, and zhuzh again. Again, making kind of that marbly look. I think that's so pretty. And it looks like my little veins were filled in with the paint. So I'm trying to knock it out, but it's mixing it more and more. So here we go. There's my leaves. And this is where I try and get as many different little prints as possible, because it gives it depth. Coming back in here, and I think I'm going to touch on the blue a little bit this time, and the green. Come back over here, change it up a little bit. Oh goodness, I need a third hand. Hold the paper. Ooh. It's gonna be fun Fun, fun, fun. I can even mix in some of the whites with the yellows. Pop on that teal over this little spot. Again, give it a little zhuzh. And you notice I kind of have them all growing up. You don't have to. You can curve them down. And again, I'm not trying to do the exact same colors every time. You see the darker print ones look like they're closer to you, and the ghost prints look a little further away. Let's see, get some more paint on here. I need some darker ones over here. You should tell it's starting to mix together and I'm losing that marbleizing. That's alright. Why not? Now, perfect. Because printing is not perfect, it is just perfect. Let's get to let's see, orange paper, probably not so much of the peach color, but I do have a brighter orange. Makes me wish I had a little red going on too, but the yellow will work. And I'm just really wanting to see what this one looks like. So I'm just going to dab it in there. And as you can see, it's just getting on the edges of it. And again, kind of mix it a little bit. And we can add these dainty little flowers. Cute. Let's throw some yellow in there. See if we can get it to pop a little bit more. And blending in with my leaves. Kind of like that. And just thinking, where would it grow? Okay. Even, since they're really not showing up very well, let's just go all out dark purple. There we go. And oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Notice I kind of went right on top of that other one, and you see the difference of it. This one has more vibrancy, more depth to it, and that's just kind of flat looking. So means I need to definitely use a little bit of both, and voila, fixed it. Add a touch more yellow on that one because I can. Alright, moving on to Miss Tulip. In this case, I'm going to hit the white first. Give it that little zhuzh, fill it all in. There we go. And it kind of gives me the heads up. Be careful, that one spot is not going to want to print very well. Make sure to push nice and hard. Again, going till it kind of like runs out. No, you don't have to. You can reload your paint every time. They're almost like little duck feet. Great. Didn't get much better than that. Alright. Go to where my heart was marbleized. And take it right on top. And holding my paper would be a wise thing to do. There we go. Oh, isn't that just fun? All right. And as we're moving along, so we did that nice little bouquet. So that's 2. Only 123 more to go. Ooh, yellow paper. That'll show just about everything. I just want to do some random circles on this one. And what's neat is just about, you can find circles everywhere. So, and who knows, maybe I'll come back and draw a little fish or something. So I'm basically creating my little background. Turn it out. Ooh, caught my finger on that. So be careful I don't touch it around. Keep yourself something to wipe your hands with, because it's going to happen. You're going to get paint on your fingers. I have some dark blue in there too. Alright, nice and simple. And once again, got more paint all over me. Let's find our fun little circles. So here we have these circles, and now I can go in with the tip of my marker. And I'm trying not to line up, trying to make sure I keep a little variety going. I'll center it a little bit on some of these. And all the way around. Ooh, fun. Right in the middle. Just to be different. Got a little carried away dipping it in there. Got messy. So this will just be my little circle abstract. So that was the cap. So now I'm going to do the bottom. So the bottom has this neat little circle to it. And oh, won't see yellow on there, so filled in the circle because I went too deep in my paint. So if I'm gently touching, there it goes. And just keep adding and adding and adding. I'm sure you're hearing a little fluffing going on. That's my puppy dog fluffing the carpet for the perfect lay down spot. It's been raining here, so she is like my best friend right now. Do a little cap here. And a little cap. And again, lots and lots of circles. You can even do jar tops if you want. You could do the spools for thread or yarn. You can even find twigs and sticks. Get some neat shapes that way. And number 3, keeping it simple gives me opportunity just to come back in and do more little things. Going back to my heart. Starting with my white. I think I'm going to do a radial design on this one. Start sideways. And it looks like 3 seems to be a good number to do. And so it looks like a flower. Then we're going to do a couple buds around here. There's some that haven't bloomed yet. Let's see what some of these peppers look like. And it's an orange pepper. We'll put some orange on it. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. And then I'm only going to touch part of it. This part of it. Maybe a little bit more of that. I have a smaller one. And go in with that too. It's kind of hard to hang on to that end little tip of my pepper. Those are fun. And this guy, he's got a little bit more of that stuff inside. And now I'm just going to do... It's kind of oval looking. That means I can do something more like this, since it did not turn out how I thought it might. And I'm okay with that. Part about being an artist is learning to let go of some of your control. It's okay if it's not perfect every time. And a lot of my students are like, I didn't mean for this to happen. And I said, but it looks cool. And they're like, yeah. I said, we call that a happy accident. Alright, at this point, I'm going to kind of finish up my fourth one here. Means I have tons more to do. I hope you got some ideas, and more importantly, I hope you take the time to remember those that are in those assisted living places, memory care, nursing homes, even those hospital rehab places, and realize they're alone. They love company. So think about doing something for them. Visit. If you can play a musical instrument, oh my goodness, they love music. I love it. So go play your music, your instrument there. If you sing, oh, it'd be wonderful to sing to them, because it will just brighten their day up. They don't get many visitors, and all you have to do is call, and these people that work there are just so accommodating. They love it when the community wants to be involved with them, because they're always looking for something new for their residents to do. And all they need is for you to volunteer and do something special. If you have a pet, you never know. Sometimes they'll let you bring them, as long as they're well-mannered and they have all their health shots and things like that. Or if it's a bird and you want to just talk, you could even do like their fingernails. They love it when kids come in and they do their fingernails. Some of them do their hair or their makeup. They just need someone to care. I hope you enjoy your printmaking experiments. Find all kinds of stuff around the house, buttons, the bottoms of pencils, bottoms of glue bottles, and create. I'm going to be working on, what did I end up doing? 4, so there are 121 more to go. But hey, that's 4 beautiful cards that are going to make somebody smile. Have fun creating. Bye.